What's going on, guys? My name is Hydros and welcome back to some more My Hero Ultra Impact, and the anniversary is a little under 2 months away, so right around the corner. And with that coming, I do believe that more gems and a lot more content is going to be coming as well, and I'm going to explain why here in today's video. Now before we go and get started, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button, make sure it says subscribe, that way you're not missing out on any future content. If you guys aren't getting those notifications, click that bell, turn on all notifications as well, click that like button and comment down below what you're expecting for the anniversary down below, as well as helps me out in the algorithm as well. So the anniversary is just a little under 2 months away, about 59 days and some odd hours, give or take. So we're going to be seeing a lot of hype coming soon to the game, and I know a lot of bait banners especially are going to be coming. But with the anniversary, I can feel like that they're going to be doing a lot of changes, because the anniversary is the time to where they're going to be implementing probably a lot more quality of life changes, again, because that's because anniversary is the time where they're going to be getting a lot more new players, or maybe some old players are going to be returning. But the anniversary is basically like the biggest hype factor of the game's lifespan, especially for the very first anniversary. So that's where they're going to be wanting to get those new players, they're returning old players, and then obviously they're going to want to keep those players, so they're going to want to implement things that maybe they've gotten feedback on that can actually help the new and the old players stay interested in the game. And yes, you heard me correctly, the anniversary is basically going to be a time where a lot more free gems are probably going to be accessible to players, and you know, that's the time to actually give those free gems out. Especially, again, you should be saving here and there for these banners that are going to be coming, but the anniversary should, at least for the most part, bring a lot more gems to the table, hopefully, and as well as a lot more quality of life updates. Ever since the release of the Japanese version, we've gotten a lot of different overhauls to the game, like especially stamina. Stamina's gotten an overhaul. Stamina actually used to cost, I believe it was 10 per run. They've actually reduced that now. Even Global did not have to deal with that. It's now been dropped to 7, making it a little easier to be farming, especially. So just keep that in mind. Stamina's been overhauled once. We could see another stamina overhaul or something like that coming in the future as well. I would love to see more drops added to the game, where maybe more stages to get certain items and stuff like that. But stamina has been overhauled once. They've heard that issue and they seem to have adjusted it here and there since the release of the Japanese version. Ever since the release of the Japanese version, we've gotten a new mode called Ultra Arena. So it released with the level up quest, the main quest, USJ, VE Tower, and as well as the other free to play events. But Ultra Arena was something that wasn't there on release and was added later. So that was a brand new mode that they've added. So we could potentially be seeing new modes being added during the anniversary, at least one new mode, potentially, maybe, who knows? We'll have to see about that. We could also see overhauls to the overall event system, such as this one. Again, you can only have one event active at a time, or at least that's what they've been going for right now. They've had the Metal Shop event active, or then a Lotto event active, so they've kind of been flip-flopping back and forth between those specific things. So with those, they do bring free gems from these events, so that's like about 200, maybe 300 gems here and there, give or take, right? So that's a good chunk of gems you could be saving from that. You got your missions, special missions, stuff like that, so there's chances to earn free gems. But I understand that there is a scarcity to gems once you're finishing these things, so I do hear that and I do understand that, and I do believe the anniversary is going to be the time to where those adjustments can be made, and those adjustments are going to be coming, and then more players are going to have more chances to get more free gems. So my overall expectation, or at least one of my hopes, not my expectation, but a hope of mine, is that the event system, where you have these one events at a time, you have a multiple event system, like you have multiple on rotation, kind of like how Dokkan Legends and stuff like that does have multiple events running at one time that you can farm up, get free stuff from, and all that sort of stuff, right? So that would be something that I would hopefully want to see. I know that a lot of people would also like to see, because I know that sometimes when you're doing like these events, you finished it, you've done all the stuff that you can do, you've bought all the stuff from the shop, whatever have you. You know, it feels like there's not really much left to do other than Ultra Arena every day, VE Tower every day, USJ, blah, blah, blah. And even once you finish USJ, you can just literally just skip it, get your medals, and be done. VE Tower, unless there's a ranking going on, there's really not much to do for VE Tower. I mean, unless you just want the gems to farm up from the ones that you haven't done, right? And then Ultra Arena, you want to get to those high ranks. And I understand that Ultra Arena, even for like the high legend ranks, the rewards definitely aren't the most fantastic, right? So I do hear and understand that as well, because, you know, again, it's it's like 400 gems. I don't think not even a multi, right? Not just like shy of a multi. It's kind of frustrating for a lot of people. So again, I understand that gems are the biggest issue for a lot of the free-to-play players, and keeping that, because you know the banners are more or less on a 2-week bi-weekly cycle, right? So we're getting a new banner and a new event every single 2 weeks. So it is kind of hard to save. But again, I want to reiterate, this game is not designed or developed for you to be summoning on every single banner every time a new one comes. More or less all gacha games are kind of like that, right? You're not really going to be summoning on everything that releases, but more or less this game especially is definitely not designed to do that. This game is designed for you to be summoning on like hype characters that are built around your teams, or more or less anniversaries, celebrations, stuff like that, you know, limited events and all that sort of stuff. So that's where you should be focusing on. Even then, I know that gems again are still the scarcity. So I do believe that anniversary will bring a lot of gems to the table for everybody. Hopefully that is one of the hopes that I do have, but I do think that that will be the case, because in one regard to this, the devs are actually listening to feedback. Ever since the JP version, they've had surveys for the game. They've been doing them, you know, not like frequent, but they've been doing them here and there quite often. And as you can see here by the Twitter global, this was back at the end of February. They had another player survey to get the feedback done and stuff like that, to see how players are enjoying it, see what they can possibly be changing and stuff. And again, they're listening, they're taking into account the players' feedback. Obviously, don't be those players and they're going to be like total dickheads and be like, hey, give us gems, you suck. Like, don't, that's not feedback. That doesn't help them. That doesn't do anything. You're going to be ignored if you're doing that. But if you're doing something like, the events are fun, but I wish they were more active at a time. One event does not seem like enjoyable. It seems like it's too quick to farm, you know, stuff like that. If you're talking like that to them, like saying, hey, maybe we could have more events active at a time, maybe like 2 or 3 active at a time instead of 1, maybe that would actually be a lot more interesting and a lot more engaging for players to keep playing more often during the day, right? So stuff like that is what they want to hear in the survey. And just to say, I've seen this being brought up a couple times. I actually did a poll on my YouTube channel as well, is that people want live PvP, and I understand why people want it. I just don't want it at all, because live PvP is nice. I mean, granted, it's fun, it's more engaging, you're fighting other players, blah, 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 blah. But at the other end of the day, live PvP, and let me just show you guys my poll here. We got like, some of them are neutral. A lot of people want it. So it's like 26% love it and want it in the game. 38% majority are neutral about it. And then, you know, not so much, some are not so happy about it. Some are like, I don't mind it. Yeah, it's cool. But this is kind of the overall, currently it's about 16 hours ago is when I did this poll, is when, you know, people were getting their feedback and stuff like that. And I understand that live PvP would be a lot more engaging instead of just an AI bot. But here's my thing with this game. This game was heavily advertised as a casual game since the JP version, and I still believe that is the case. I do not think live PvP encompasses a casual environment for this game, in my opinion, especially because units, when the release, units aren't designed for specific things in mind. Units, you can use them in pretty much anywhere you want to. Some of them are better than others, but you know, they're not heavily focused on designing these characters for one specific thing. If live PvP were to come, that is my fear, that units will then be highly targeted towards live PvP. And that's where this overall unit release that they've been doing, the kits and the designs of the characters and even the memories are gonna just fall to the PvP standard. And that's gonna, in my opinion, that would suck and that would not be fun at all for me. But that's just my opinion specifically. I just think the summons would get worse, not better. It's not just rates, but just the characters. I just think it would get worse in terms of how they design and develop the characters with that in mind. So that is why I don't specifically want live PvP. I do know and I understand why people do want it, but I just don't think it would be a healthy environment for this game the way it's done. But that aside, right, stuff like that, I know a lot of people want that sort of thing. I know a lot of the feedback is gems, events, probably stuff to do, right? So I do see that feedback a lot, and I do feel like they're seeing that feedback. And like I said, this is going to be the time. They're taking this feedback now. They've been taking feedback since JP version. And a lot of the things that they've been changing with JP, as I mentioned, they overhauled the stamina system. They added Ultra Arena. They added ADV, where you can increase your unit stats. So let's go to characters real quick and go to our level up here. So if we go to ADV, you can see that you can then train your characters with flakes, proteins, or jellies and increase their stats a lot more. So they've added that since the release of the game. They've also added the EX auto skills, which allow you to give extra little boost to your characters, whether it be HP buffs, power buffs, critical hit buffs, stuff like that, right? They've added a lot of this different stuff to the game to where you can buff your characters even more, even adds BP to your characters. And even then, this system, it is kind of like a gear system, right? It's more or less a gearing system in a way, but the way you're obtaining these items is a lot more free-to-play friendly than I've seen a lot of other games do for gear, quote unquote. So again, you can obtain these items completely for free, and you can obtain a lot of them. Even normal gadgets, you can get a good roll on a normal gadget. You're not just limited to wanting to only do the gold, right? So again, that system is very free-to-play friendly in my opinion. That's a great system that they have in place for the EX auto skills. And the final system that they've added is the one that I think a lot of players were very excited for, and that I think is the best one that they've done so far since the global release. EX auto skills, ADV, Ultra Arena, and Stamina were all in the JP version that Global got on release. Global did not have to deal with the fact that we didn't have any of that stuff done. But Global then, once the Global was added, we got added the SR, Alpha, and Beta orbs, as well as the UR orbs and as well. So what these do are basically free ability board unlocks that you don't have to waste any of your mats on. And you can get them for your free-to-play characters in the events. You can get them here in the UA high shop for the USJ shop. You can get them as well through missions. Like if we go to our missions here real quick, you can see that in the missions, in our special missions, we scroll down just a smidge here. There we go, right there. Take on Ultra Arena 30 times. You can get a free SR orb to use on any of your characters for pages 1 through 4. And then you can get another free SR orb for pages 5 through 9. So SR orbs and the UR orbs have not been added yet. So UR orbs will probably see those during anniversary more or less, but that's literally free 100% units at the end of the day, right? That's literally unlocking everything for your units ability pages, not your limit breaks, but your ability pages or your piece boards. But again, that's like free, that's a free page. That's free page unlocks, and that's free gems on top of that. Each page is 10 gems. You're unlocking 1 through 4. Boom. That's 40 gems, and then you unlock 5 through 9. That's 50 gems. You get free 90 gems by using the SR orbs and the UR orbs whenever they come. So again, you're getting those free orbs per character by doing that. And you can also basically farm them again by going to the gear shop and doing your UA high. And then you can literally do your Bakugo at the discounted ones, get those free orbs from him. And then obviously do each one of these characters. That's another 90 orbs per character, or 90 gems per character, excuse me, that you can get right there on top of that. So that's really free gems on top of that for you when they introduce those orbs to help you unlock your character ability pages. So I think that was a great addition since the global release with the SR and UR orbs. Now, for anniversary, again, as I mentioned, anniversary is the time for quality of life updates, content changes, additions, and all that sort of stuff. So I would hope for the anniversary, it introduces, again, like I said, a lot more gems. We have a lot more abilities to earn gems through missions, events, all that sort of stuff. Hopefully we see a lot more quality of life updates in terms of content, like maybe, again, seeing more events active at a time. Again, similarly to how Dokkan Legends, other games like, you know, different other games like that, events have active, right? So stuff like that would be cool to see. I know a lot of people want a guild system. That would be really cool as well to see how that would be introduced. Again, I don't think live anything would be good, but it is what it is. Again, anniversary is the time to get the new players, the old players returning, and also anniversary is the time for the best revenue source for the game. It's the hype time of the game, especially for the first anniversary. That's their time to earn a lot of their revenue. So they're going to want to do a lot of things to keep players interested, and a lot of things to, you know, want people to spend money, but on top of that, keep people playing the game at the same time. And again, as I've said, the devs have been listening to you guys. They've been listening to feedback. So I do believe that a lot of these different things are going to be added to the game as time goes on, right? So anniversary, I think with this game, I think anniversary is going to be a very good time for them to add a lot of stuff. because at the end of the day, it takes time to do this stuff. Like for quality of life changes, for, you know, events, changing different things in the game's elements, functions, stuff like that. It takes time for them to do that, right? It's not going to be an immediate change by any means. So we just got to be patient with them, let them do it right, because at the end of the day, they want to add these changes for you guys to help you guys out, but they also want to do it to where they benefit as well at the end of the day too, because at the end of the day, they have to make money. It's their business, right? So you got to think of it that way too. They want to make a little money from it, and they want to keep you guys happy at the same time. They got to find that balance when implementing different changes and stuff like that to help benefit both parties, right? So just keep that in mind as well. So again, they are listening. I think that the anniversary is going to be, especially when the anime comes back, that's going to also help bring a lot of hype, right? Season 6 is going to be coming out in the fall. That's going to be times to add a lot of different things too. So again, I think Anniversary will bring a lot of different stuff. I know like Dokkan, Legends, even a lot of other different gacha games. When anniversaries come around, they add a lot of new things. Like Dokkan adds new modes, they add new functions, they add new like gimmicks to characters and stuff like that. Legends, all that stuff. So I do believe that a lot of this hype around the anniversary is going to be super hype and super awesome when it does come out. So we're going to see a lot of these interesting things come to the game, I think. And a lot of things that a lot of people want to see added to the game are going to be added during that time. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I know Anniversary for me, I think, and I do hope, and I do believe in the devs that they're going to be extremely marketing this anniversary up for you guys, and hopefully they're going to add a lot of quality of life for everybody to introduce all these hype things and all these hype differences and like events, ways to get gems. So I do hope that all of that does come to pass. But we are 2 months away, so that's plenty of time for them to work things out, develop, and do what they need to do to hopefully make the game better and just overall nicer for everybody, right? We all want to see different things. We all want to see more content, more gems, all that stuff, I and myself included. But I do believe that is going to be coming during the anniversary. That is the time for them to release. Again, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, subscribe to the channel, leave a like. I'll see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day.